Hi everyone, and happy Video Monday. Teshia Maher here. For this week's video, I want to talk to you about meal frequency / meal timing. And essentially I just want to discuss share my opinion on whether I think it really matters. So as you might predict, I, as usual, am going to say, it depends. What is your goal? Should always be the question. Careful, as I always suggest, with how much you read and what you get sucked into or influenced by. What you do should depend on you, your body, and your specific goals. So the one thing you may have heard a lot about recently is intermittent fasting. And basically what intermittent fasting is you go long periods of time without food. Generally, what people do is they finish dinner early and they skip breakfast, and so they have a long window where they have no food intake. I am not at all against intermittent fasting. I think it depends, though, on you whether it's a good thing or not. So, for example, women tend to be more sensitive hormonally and could get thrown off more easily by something like intermittent fasting. Also, if you have adrenal issues, intermittent fasting is likely going to cause more problems, because associated always with adrenal issues is blood sugar irregularities, and so these people generally do better with the mini meal approach, where they're eating every 2, 3, 4 hours, whatever. So going, for example, 16, 18 hours or even 14 hours would be too much for them, generally. Again, always generally, it applies here too. Now, beyond that though, intermittent fasting can be a great tool for losing weight. Absolutely. There's also shown to be tons of benefits in terms of increasing longevity, very good results with intermittent fasting for people with pre-diabetes and with insulin resistance. It can help make you a little bit more sensitive to insulin. So there are benefits, and for some people, an eating style like this could be perfect. It could also, for other people, be a disaster. If you are somebody who is just wondering for overall weight loss, what you should do in terms of your meal frequency, again, you gotta try different things and feel it out. Most often, what I recommend for people is actually a 3-meal-a-day approach. And the reason for this is that I find if people are eating 6 or 7 times a day, that gives them 6 or 7 more opportunities to, just add a few more tablespoons of this or an extra handful of that. And all of this and that can add up. And it can add up fast. So if the goal is weight loss and you're somebody who eats 7 times a day, you may, and I feel confident, have a good result from moving to a 3-meal-a-day approach. So something to try. In general, if you have another reason that you feel your eating style isn't working for you, for example, if you are hungry all of the time, that could also be because you're always eating. Sometimes if you eat larger meals, you feel, more full in between. So you have to feel out what's best for your body. Sometimes if people have low blood pressure, large meals kind of slows them down. So again, this is what I mean, where you have to look at yourself. Don't just read an article that says, do this and you're going to lose all this weight, and think that that's the answer. It's not. You have to think about yourself. So I would say take a piece of paper, write down, your habits, blah, 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 and figure it out. Or work with someone, a nutritionist or someone else that you trust, and they might be able to, help guide you through all of that if you're having trouble navigating. The take-home point here, guys, is whether you eat 6 meals a day, whether you eat 3 meals a day, whether you incorporate something like intermittent fasting. There are all different styles of intermittent fasting as well. You can look into those. Whichever method you choose, it needs to feel right for you. If it doesn't feel right in some way, it's not going to be helpful. If the idea of not having snacks makes you anxious, then a 3-meal-a-day approach isn't likely going to be the best thing for you. But a lot of people find that if they who are struggling with, unbalanced eating patterns, eating all hours of the day, the 3 meals a day can be helpful in reestablishing essentially your circadian rhythms. And your body is designed to tap into, the food that you eat, and then also your fat stores between meals. It's not really necessary, at least in my opinion, to eat all day long. It's good for the body to go through periods of time where it's simply using the excess. And essentially, especially when you're trying to lose weight, you need to give your body a chance to tap into its own fat stores. If you're constantly eating, that's gonna happen a little less often. So the 3 meals a day thing is something that I personally think is awesome, something that I've always done, and which is especially rare as a vegan. Vegans are usually eating all day long. But again, you have to evaluate it for yourself. So as always, rambling a little bit about this issue, but if you have any questions, feel free to send me a message via my Facebook page, Teshia Maher, the home of Living Live, or you can always post below this video, or you can send me a message through my website. Lots of options. I hope you guys have a great week, and I hope, as always, you got something from this video. Love and gratitude to all of you. You make my day with your beautiful, sweet messages. I just want to say that today because especially this morning I got a few messages that were just like disarmingly lovely. And so thank you. Bye, guys.